Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel all about BI. This session is not going to be on Azure Data Factory. Instead, I'm just going to tell you how do we connect to Azure Blob Storage or Data Lake from SSIS package. Okay, so one of the subscribers have asked me how to do this, so I thought I would share this so that it will be helpful for many. Okay, so our requirement is quite simple. So what we have to do is we have Azure Data Lake or Blob Storage path. Okay, in which we have a flat file or any kind of file basically. So for this experiment, I'm just taking a simple flat file with just two columns. One is column 1, another one is column 2, and the data I have is value 1 and value 2. So this is the content of the file. Okay, but this file resides in Azure Blob Storage path, which I have to read from an SSIS package and then load to SQL database. Okay, read from blob path or ADL and then move to on-premise SQL using SSIS, not using Azure Data Factory but using SSIS package. Okay, so the task is quite simple. It just needs a data flow task to be used in SSIS, and we need to do something about the source. Okay, normally SSIS supports various sources. For example, it supports Excel source, it supports CSV, or it supports OLEDB. So like this, it supports lots of commonly used sources. But in order to connect to Azure Blob Storage, right, we need to download certain patches for the SSIS to work. Okay, so normally if you go to an SSIS package and you look at the SSIS toolbox, right, you will be seeing ADO source, Excel source, flat file source, OLEDB, XML. So like this you will be having access to. Okay, similarly destination, you will be having Excel destination, flat file destination, OLEDB destination. Like this you will be having multiple destinations as well. But in order for us to work with Azure Blob Storage or Azure Storage, right, we need to download something called Azure Feature Pack for Integration Services. Okay, so this is the first thing that we need to do. Based on the SQL server you are targeting, right, there is a feature pack available for each one of them. Okay, starting from 2012 till 2019, they have feature packs available for Azure. Okay, so in my case, right, if you see my Solution Explorer and see the version of SQL Server, I use SQL Server 2016. Okay, if you want to change this version, right, we can go to project or we can right click. Once you right click, you will be able to see the properties of the project, and then you will have option to change this version. Okay, in case you want to use a different version like 2017 or 2014 like that, right, you can go to general and you can change the target server version. Okay, so in my case it's 2016. So what I did is I downloaded feature pack for 2016. Okay, so I just clicked on this link. It gave me a download option from where I downloaded the executable and then I installed it. Okay, so I just downloaded it and installed. And once you do this particular step, right, you will be able to see in SSIS toolbox you will have a branch for Azure. Okay, wherein you will have all Azure related functionalities or connectors. Okay, connectors is the best word to use. So you will be able to use Azure connectors. Okay, immediately you might not be able to see this after installing the feature pack. So in that case, what we have to do is we just have to refresh the toolbox. Right click and refresh the toolbox if after installation you are not seeing this particular branch. Okay, so that is the first and foremost step we have to do. This we have to do in order to make SSIS package access Azure storage. Okay, so first step is done. Second step is, in order for us to use the blob storage path, the Azure storage, right, we can use something called flexible file source. Okay, so when you click on this, it says what it means, right? Extracts data from a file on various supported storage services such as blob storage and data lake gen 2. Okay, the supported file formats are text, Avro, ORC and Parquet. Right now they are not supporting to read Excel file and XML files and all. So currently these are the type supported. Okay, so I have dragged and dropped flexible file source and a record set destination. It's nothing but it's a temporary data set that I am using for destination purposes. Okay, I don't have any other tables created or any other files created for moving the record. So simply I'm using a temporary data set which is nothing but record set destination. Okay, so flexible file source, this requires a connection manager. Okay, anything in SSIS when it comes to a data flow task, right? I have added a data flow task and inside that if you come you will be able to see the flow. Okay, so if you have a source and you have a destination, you will have to provide SSIS the details of connection manager. Okay, so this is my connection manager. So when you right click here, right, you will be able to see new connection. In that we will be able to see connection manager for Azure storage as well. So see here Azure storage. So just use once you click add, right, it will be added automatically and it will be asking you for certain details. Okay, so in order for us to connect to the Azure storage, we can use two authentication techniques or two or three. Okay, one is access key, service principal, shared access signature. Okay, in this session I will be concentrating on access key, which is the simplest form of all. Okay, I will tell you how to use this. In my next video I will tell what is a service principal and how to use this for connecting to the Azure storage. Okay, so once you choose access key, it will ask the account key. So from where do we get this? That's what I'm going to tell you now. Alright, go to portal.azure.com. in that go to the storage account. Okay, SAADL is my storage account. In that go to access keys. Under settings you will have this access keys. So once you click on that, right, you will have two keys present here. Okay, you will have to copy either of the keys. Okay, normally it will be visible, but I have hidden it because if someone has your keys, right, and know the details of your storage account and all, they will be able to access your account or the files that you have placed in the Azure storage. Okay, so that's why I have hidden. Once you click show keys, it will be showing the key and it will have an option to copy as well. Okay, I have already copied and pasted it in the connection manager here. Okay, so once you paste the key, just try to test the connection to check if everything goes good, if SSIS is able to talk to Azure storage or not. Okay, once the test connection is succeeded, I can say okay. Alright, so once this is done, we have to go to flexible file source and then choose the folder and the file in which we have in which we have data basically. Okay, so I'm double clicking it. Once I double click, it is asking me the folder path in which my file is present. Okay, I said inside demo container, inside my input folder, I have the file dimdate.csv from where I have to bring the data to my SSIS package. Okay, that's what I have chosen manually, and then I have chosen the delimiter character. Since my file is a comma separated file, I am choosing comma here. Okay, so after you give all the details, if the folder path is correct and if the file name is correct and if the connection manager works well during test connection, then if you go to columns, right, it will be automatically showing you the columns present in my file. As I told you, in my file I just have two columns and just two values, value 1 and value 2 for these two columns. Okay, so it is correctly rendering the CSV file format and then it's bringing me the columns present in the CSV file. Okay, so in order to test, right, I have added a record set destination. In this I have added one object file. Okay, this is test is nothing but an object type variable wherein I am going to receive my records from the source. Okay, this is a data viewer that I have added in between to just view the records. Okay, while it is being moved, right, I just wanted to check if the data coming in is correct or not. So for that I have added a data viewer. Okay, it is as simple as that when we use the access key authentication method. Okay, if it is service principal, right, then we'll have to do certain more steps, okay, in order for us to make it work. So I'll touch upon that little later. So as you see here, right, records are being moved from source to destination, and while it is in movement, right, we can see the values being moved, value 1 and value 2 and column 1 and column 2. Okay, so once I close this data flow will finish writing the records to the data set or the object type variable. Okay, so this is how we point to a blob storage path or data lake in an Azure storage and bring the records present in a file which is present over there. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions or if you have any difficulties in doing this. We can discuss in the comment section, or if you want to reach out to me personally, just reach out to me on funlearn not 7 gmail.com. Okay, this is my personal ID which I am frequently checking. So in case you have any doubts, you please contact me in this particular mail ID. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. If you like my videos and if you haven't subscribed yet, I request you to subscribe and recommend to your friends as well. Okay, thanks a lot for watching. Keep supporting.